Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Be Encouraged with me, your host Christiana Bamdele. Thank you for joining me again today. Now, we've been talking for some weeks now. We've been going on and off with this topic of the secrets of David, the lifestyle of David, and all of that. So there's so many things that to be learned from his life, from his lifestyle, from what is recorded regarding him. And I came across this again. I just want to share with you. Now, all over Israel, not from his own tribe alone, even from the tribe of Saul, all over Israel, the tribes of Israel came to David. Men came to David on their own accord. On their own accord. These are not just ordinary men. They are men of war. Men that have decided that they will fight and stand for David on their own accord. He did not have to cajole them. He did not have to invite them. He did not have to bribe them. On their own accord, they came to him. This got me thinking that this can only be the fact that, as a result of the fact that David has put all his trust in God alone. He said the Lord is his shepherd. He will not want anything good. Anything good would not be lacking from his life. And indeed, the Lord has been upholding him. Even up to that point, in the midst of his storm, he is still seeing the hands of God all around him. This can only be God. This can only be God taking care of the needs of David, just as he has put his total trust in God. Now, that's not all. If you look at these men, that came all over the tribes of Israel to David. There are more than 300,000 men, as recorded in the Bible, 1 Chronicles chapter 12. Now, these men, another thing, when they are coming, they must have come with their family, of course, right? So it means that David was having like a city with him. A city with him, providing for those ones, that's even another story. How he's meeting their needs, how he's ruling over them, that's even another story. But there is one thing that kept them all together. There is one thing that made them to overcome even that time, that period in their lives. It is also recorded that they are in unity of heart, in one accord. They all focus on one thing. And achieving that one thing is what they live day to day for. There is power in unity, my dear friend. There is power when you decide not to go against what God has for you in store. There is power when you unite with another brethren and you stand in unity to ask for something from God. There is power when you live in unity with the people around you, with your neighbor. There is power when you live in unity even with your family. There is power when you have one focus, one heart with the people around you, especially even in the church. There is power. You wonder why your prayers are not getting answered sometimes. You may have to check, because God cannot lie. God is always faithful. But you may have to check yourself. Have I been divided from the brethren at some point? Is it that it's not the question of, is God still answering prayer? Because God will always answer prayers. There is power in unity. There are so many things, like I said, to be learned from the life of David. Is it how God has made him peaceful, even in the midst of the storm, by providing for his needs? It is wonderful, really. And when you read the last verse of that 1 Chronicles chapter 12, he said, I'll just read from here, verse 40. He says, moreover, they that were nigh them, even unto Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, brought bread on asses, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen, and on oxen, and meat, meal, cakes of figs, and bunches of raisins, and wine, and oil, and oxen, and sheep, and abundantly. For there was joy in Israel. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, if there is one heart, if all of them are in unity, don't you think that the anointing is flowing from up to down, from the head to the toe, from the leader to all the members of the body? The anointing flows from up to down. It doesn't go from here to here. It comes from here to here. David had this much influence on them, both physically and even spiritually, as a leader, which you all are, which everyone is, wherever you have found yourself. How are you influencing people around you? Do you think that you can't influence them, that you do not have power to influence them? Yes, you do. Some of them are looking up to you. Do not just influence them with physical things, but spiritually also, let them learn one or two things from you. Well, I feel I've said enough for today, all right? So we'll look at it as God lays it upon my heart. We'll look at it next time, God's willing, all right? So thank you very much again for joining me for today. If you have not been following me on my social media platforms, please do so. And please share this video with everyone around you. God bless you as you do so. And I'll see you next time. Stay encouraged. Oh, Merry Christmas in advance and Happy New Year in advance as well. Bye.